What's going on, man? I ain't know anybody was up in here with us in the chat, man. What you looking at? I'm just running through a couple of names. I'm honestly just watching the indices. Look at the SPY. Got a whoa. We got a crazy volume spike going on. Now this is the 1 minute time frame. I don't typically be on the 1 minute. However, I'm here right now because I'm trying to see what we got going on. And this is why I mentioned that I was low key long on the market. At the time when I said that, I think I was on a 15 minute. And let's go back to SPY and QQQ. Now, if you want to see anything, let me know what you want me to pull up, what you want to look at. But that right there looked, I'm not going to say it was a liquidity grab. The 15 minute probably was a lick grab. Let's go to the 30. The 30 could have been, nope, 30 wasn't even a lick grab neither. However, this hangman we currently got right now on this current 30-minute candle, which will close in about 3 minutes, we can see if this was actually a bull trap, meaning this volume spike, or if we're going to get that upside continuation, break back above this 591.06, get back into my sniper fair value gap. I'm not sure who the viewer is. If you're from the Discord, then you already know what all of this mean. If not, I'll go to a higher time frame. I'll go to the 2 hour. My bad. So, nope, let's go to the 4 so you can really get a longer, a wider viewpoint. So, as you see, this here is what I call a sniper fair value gap. It's not based off of Fibonacci or anything like that. It's solely based off of an area of illiquidity. So at one point, as you could see, this was the area of illiquidity. Forget the arrows, that was for yesterday's live stream, showing on the cues that if we lost this 200 SMA on the daily, that's where we could see downside. But for right now, we're holding the 200, which is why I said I was low-key long on the market due to the fact that we was holding this on the cues. The SPY, we may be approaching. Nope, we're holding on the SPY as well. So the SPY and the cues are both holding that 200 weekly. But back to this sniper fair value gap, I'll just draw it up real quick. And if you need me to slow down, let me know. I'm not sure if you're still in the chat with your boy. Live streams are new, so it's just me and you. I wasn't trying to rhyme. However, we got that area right there, which is like one little section, not that much volume or liquidity. Oh, my bad. I can't even draw right now. Then we got this other little area, right? And then you obviously see this right here. Oh, shucks. Whatever, I'm trying to move kind of fast. And then we just got this whole little area right here, which was the original illiquid zone. So what I'm saying is, and we'll go back to that lower time frame. Before we go back to that lower time frame, let's go back to the chart first. So boom. So as you see, now what I would like to see is us reclaim this 591 psych area, obviously, and then get back into that sniper fair value gap. But if we go back on the 5 minute, let's see what we're working with. So right now we're rejecting the 21 SMA, which is what we rejected for a while. My bad. That ain't what you wanted to see or what I wanted to do. And you know what? I'll just zoom out a bit. But as you see on the 5 minute time frame, which again, I don't really do the lower time frame unless I'm trading intraday. So as you see here, boom, we ran up. We got above the 21 on the 5, lost it. So long story short, we have never been able to actually reclaim and stay above the 21 SMA. Now, mind you, in the pre-market, we got above and tried to hold, but pre-market don't have that much volume, buyers, action, anything of that nature, so therefore, it's like invalidated. But today, we reclaimed the 21 on the 5 minute in the intraday, got up, we tried to hold it right here in the zone, as you can see. So we tried to hold that 21 SMA right here, came up, boom, hit this slight little rejection area, 593 obviously, and then boom, came back down, lost the 21. Now here we are rejecting the 21 on a 5, but we're trying to get back a hold above. So let's see how that pans out. Right now, the 21 is at 590.56. Up, there we go, a flip. We still got 4 minutes left on this candle. Let's go to the SPY. SPY is above the 21 SMA, which looks good. Get back above 658.35. Then we could probably see at least at best 660, if not 662 maybe. But I mean, I'm not really going past 651. Go look at some of the larger names real quick. We'll just start with NVIDIA. So NVIDIA is back into our sniper fair value gap. That looks good. The 21 SMA curling up. This could be helping the Qs. And then if we go ahead and go to Google, oh, Google is gorgeous. Google got back above the line in the sand. Let's just say, not even line in the sand. Google held 303. Well, not fully. It went to 302.39. But if we go here, after we recovered for a bit, we held 303, and now we're going higher. You guys already know in the Discord, we like that. So Google, I'm going to go on a higher time frame. So as you can see, Google has been strong ever since that March 6th gap down with tech and oil spike. Google has been pretty strong. We get back above the line in the sand at 308, we could target 313. Anybody that I'm saying for leaps, so say, you may want to wait till we back above that 200 SMA on the 4-hour, which is around 318. And anybody that's been trading this name, you may be familiar with 303, 306 to 307, or let's just say 308, and then 313 to 316, and then 318 to like 321.50. Get above 321.50, 322, that's where we probably could see that 330. Actually, here we go right here. This fair value gap is 323.80 to 330.41. Again, that's a little extended, but if you are looking at dated contracts, I wouldn't go higher than 318 or 321, to be honest, 322 or whatever. However, I really wouldn't probably even go past 313 to 316, because if I were to go to the daily time frame, and by the way, if this helping you out, I'm not sure who have been here, if this the family, I appreciate it, but we'll go right here. If we look right here, and I could delete one of these, they overlapping. Not that. We'll just go with the circle, go with the drawing tool again. So if we go right here, basically, what day is this? This is December 2025. So December 2025 up until whatever that is, but I just did that little slight circle. So December 2025 up until January 2026, we finally broke back above that 313, held, came down, boom. So that's why you probably could see why 313 is an area that I'm looking at on Google for a break. But for right now, I kind of like the name. Next we got, I'm just drawing over here, my bad. And then next we got Apple. We didn't do Apple, but let's go to the 4-hour. Apple below 252, I'm not really interested. And you can see kind of why. For one, that is the 21 SMA on the 4-hour, but two, that's my golden pocket, my golden zone. Go back to the daily, you'll see exactly why. Look, it was a gap area, and then also an area of illiquidity. So really it wasn't a golden zone, it was more of a fair value gap. I need to update that, and I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this as well, but we ain't worrying about that now. We just running through names. Amazon, 209.61 is the royalty zone, but that is also the 21 SMA, which is ironic to say the least. However, we go to the 4-hour, boom. You guys in the Discord, if that's the family in the chat right now, then you already know that we was watching this thing since 196, reclaimed 203. Ever since then, boom, 219.81 was our target, hit that clean as day. That's actually been the same level for, I think, since like December 2024, if I'm not mistaken. But then yeah, now here we are, we're holding up. And like I think I mentioned earlier, maybe yesterday's live stream, if Amazon can hold 206.50, I'm not necessarily bearish on it. Honestly, 205, I'm not bearish at all. Lose 205, I'm not bearish, but I'm at a hold range. Anything between 202 and 205 on Amazon is a hold for me. Beneath 202 is a short, at least to 198, if not a gap fill to 194. But going down to the 5-minute, this actually looks slightly good. We have reclaimed the 21 SMA. I'm not saying today we're going to go to that 209.61. I'm not even gonna say tomorrow neither, because the geopolitical tension is what got this market looking very, very shaky, man. But anyway, let's go to the 30 minute and we'll run through a couple more names. Oh, and speaking of that 30 minute, you can see 21 SMA. Today we kept rejecting that 21 SMA all day today. So even if we do go higher, we probably gonna reject again around 208.66 or even lower than that, which is gonna give us another lower low on Amazon. Tesla that went to 380 already. That was nice. I need to zoom out on Tesla. Nope, let's go to the daily. Okay, so on the daily, we're beneath that 200 SMA. So what I would rather wait for, I wouldn't short Tesla right here because it can obviously fill that gap back to 391, which is around that 200 SMA. But it looks as if we could be getting the looming death cross. I already called out a 345 put in the Discord. I can't remember exactly what was the expiration, but it was dated. I want to say it was the end of year, or it definitely maybe summertime. I know 345 was far-fetched when we was trading around this 410 area or so, somewhere around there. However, I mean, it is what it is with Tesla. We know what Tesla can do. And then we got Microsoft, good old Microsoft. Now, if I go to the weekly, this is what you guys gonna see. I've been waiting for 370, which is a retest of the 200 SMA on the weekly, but also I've really been waiting, well, not waiting, I'm anticipating 340, which is 2023 highs. But if we go to that 200 SMA of 370, you will see that that coincides with this area right here, which is right here at the trend line that we held. So basically this whole range right there. And to be honest, if you look at where we're trading around at 389, 390, that also coincides with the top of this candle right here. And it's a weekly candle. So that area coincides with the top of this weekly candle from Monday, January 8th, 2024. So if we lose, the high of that candle was 390.68, which we're already beneath. The candle closed at 388.47. Right now we're at 389.58. So if we lose 388.47, and this wick bottom here was actually 384.81. So we lose 388, let's just say that, right? Possibility we go to 384, lose 384, we already know 380 psych level, and then down maybe 370. If not, cool, but that is an area I'm waiting on Microsoft. Not to drag it out. Qs, we're back here, we're back at 591. Go to the 5 minute. We trying to get into that sniper fair value gap, and we have reclaimed that 21 SMA. So let's see if we can make it towards the 200 on the day with some massive volume. But I'm not going to be hopeful or optimistic, but I will be skeptical, if that's the word I'm looking for. I'm not too sure. But here we go. Red candle right there. Go look at the SPY. Basically same exact thing. They're both flirting with their key areas, 591, 658. That's basically the areas right now that the SPY and the Qs are trying to hold above. But we got a nice base on the Qs. If you look around 656, it's red, but it's whatever. But we got a nice base. Matter of fact, you know what? Let's do it this way. We got a nice base right there around that 656. But look, we can't hold 658. And then right here, we don't have as clean of a base on the Qs like we do with the SPY. However, it tried to hold up right there, still around that 589. Don't know what I just did. No, we don't want any advice on this afternoon. Thank you very much. So I'm gonna go look at oil, the futures again real quick. And then we'll just run through there. Hold on, I don't think I even put the ticker. Or maybe I did, but my computer just moving slow. What's going on here? There we go. So yeah, see, Amazon done lost that. So anywho, let's go look at USO. Okay, so USO on the 5 minute is slightly holding, but they got a lot of wick tops around that 122. Go to the 30. So the 30 minute, I mean, we still holding up though at the end of the day because we got a nice base right here around 119, 120 on USO. Went high as intraday so far. We went high as what? 125.19. So USO is still, the geopolitical tension is still holding up. I know a lot of folks look at Oxy. I like DVN more than Oxy, but you can't be mad at some of these moves. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, look at this. I haven't charted this name in a while. I'll get rid of all of this. Don't need any of this here. But Oxy on the 4 hour looking dope. The daily still looking dope. It's crazy, but look at that beautiful hold at that 56.32. Yeah, I haven't charted this thing in a long time, but the levels respected a lot of stuff since way back. Because we was back here years ago. See? Right back here. This here was 2022. I first started watching this name. And looking at the monthly, if oil spikes and I'm in Oxy, I'm not getting anything higher than 65. Looking right here at the matter of fact, I'll slide this over some so you make sure you see it on the screen. But yeah, the 200 SMA on the monthly is crazy. Weekly, we above the 200 SMA on the weekly though. So again, wow, I said 65, but we got highs up here at 70, which is a $10 move. And if momentum comes, we could see this 21 SMA end up going up. Well, not like that, but hey, if it does go like that, which it wouldn't, man, but we could see this 21 SMA eventually just, make its way towards that 200 SMA, right? I'm not the best of the best drawer, but y'all get what I'm doing. So the 200 goes across like that, and then boom, as this 21 comes up towards it, it may not even get that far, but if it was to come up towards it, then that could give us that extension to 70, possibly, on Oxy. Not financial advice. Don't come at me and be like, yo, Flacco, you said Oxy was going to 70 with this cross up. Nah, man, but keep it on watch. But my main name I like is Devon Energy. And oh my gosh, this is so gorgeous. Look at the 4 hour on this name. Now, again, we already got the move, so a pull back to the 21 SMA, even if not there. Let's go look at the weekly, see how this name actually been. Oh my gosh, on the weekly, this thing is above the 200, just like the Oxy. So what is the monthly? Oh, and it is at the 200. So maybe I'm not feeling this name as much as Oxy, but we break above 49.44, which we are slightly close on Devon Energy. That's roughly almost 100%. That's an easy 70, 80% share-wise return if we get this move on oil. Like for real, for real. I'm liking that. And then the favorites, of course, we're gonna look at while we're on the monthly. Let's go look at Exxon. So Exxon Mobil, super strong, even on the monthly, crazy. Right at the psych level of 160, basically. Go to the daily. The daily is holding up. I got to chart this name. My top shelf in the Discord, we were just charting this at 113 last year around here. And then boy, look at this. Nice run. Ever since the top of the year with that geopolitical tension and rare earth took off, oil took off. I think gold and silver ran up a little bit more, but I want to say that's when they sold off as well. But ever since January 7, 2026, we got above the 21 SMA. We lost it momentarily recently when they had that drop on after the oil spike, right? But then boom, right back up to the upside. Chevron also, that's right. So Chevron on the daily, ZOM on the daily is roughly a little like $6.50 higher than the 21. CVX. Some of this stuff I do like right now, this is what I be doing on my own time. CVX is roughly $11, $12 higher than the 21, but it's also a larger name. That 190, 170 breakout was gorgeous on the daily. Look at how that thing got there on the 11th, held right there, consolidated for a couple of days, and then boom, go to the 4 hour. Oh yeah, oh yeah, this thing looked good. So gapped up, boom, top of the year, came back down, filled the gap completely, reclaimed the 21, and been riding it ever since. Let me go look at Exxon on the 4 hour. All right, not as identical, meaning Chevron rode the 4, and I think Chevron benefit more from Venezuela. Don't hold me to that, but I think I remember hearing that not long ago. But Chevron benefits more from Venezuela, so maybe this consolidation we got. Let's see, February 11th, February 11th we pulled back, and then we consolidated February that week until. I mean, we spiked again, but let's just keep it with this range. So almost for a month is where we consolidated. Now let's go look at CVX. Chevron, February, right here. So, okay, so it did have a sell-off like Exxon. We just don't see it as much. Consolidation up until, okay, had the pop, like I said. Oh, it had two pops. See, what you call it? Exxon only had one pop. And then here we go, March 11th. All right. So they do coincide with each other. But USO, let's go back to see what that's doing. USO is about to attempt to break above 122.87. And I'm in a small cap galper oil trade that still ain't do what I needed to do. So it is what it is, but I'm just being patient, waiting on it. All right, so that's dealing with the oil. A couple of defense names like consumer staples. I didn't know Pepsi sold off like this. Pepsi was just at 160, no cap. Cause I seen it because I almost pulled calls for 170. Yeah, this was earlier in the week, Monday. It was at 160. Now we pulled back and bottomed around here. And then it's also coincide with this area here. Yeah, Pepsi gonna be one of my top watches to keep it a buck. I was liking Coke at one point, but I think Pepsi gonna be one of my top watches for sure, for sure. This is the 4 hour. Let's go to the daily. Okay, yeah. So we found support at a double top, which is also slightly the breakout point last month when consumer staples kind of took off. What is consumer staples? Is that XLP? Yep. Okay. So on the daily, I mean, we could see if we pull back to that 200, which is that 80.75 first, before we go long on some of these. What am I doing? Before we go long on some of these, or just size in light, because if we look back on the daily, this whole area right here, oh, wow. Yeah, man, let's go to the weekly. And we'll refresh this. So on the weekly, as you can see, this whole zone, and we got a slight gap up that we did fill anyway, but even though, see, people be thinking, like, I ain't gonna say people. I know that once a gap get filled, you kind of be like, all right, gap fill is over with. But no, the way I look at it as a line in the sand area for most parts, right? And this is on a weekly. So this gap, or this little area of illiquidity right here, was on a weekly time frame. The high of this candle was 81.91, closed at 81.84. So bring this down. Up 81.91 to something. I forgot what it was. We just do 81.90, right? I done lost the doggone gap. Oh, there you go. All right, so we'll do 81.90, right? And that's this gap. But then if we end up going to the daily, let's see what coincides. Go to the daily. 81.90. It coincides with all of this right here. Came up, consolidate, 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 break out. Now the gap was somewhere back here, I think. I wouldn't know exactly. Yeah, there we go. Think I found it. I think this was it right here. Maybe not actually. I don't think it was November. Either way, boom, we come back, and now you see that as that was the gap back there, look where we bounced at today. So this is what I mean by like, yeah, gaps fill. So all right, the gap filled. So now, everything else is invalidated. No, bro. Like, this is how the price action pans out. So although gaps fill, like I said, I went back on the weekly and we found wherever that, oh, right here. So what day is this? Oh, that was November gap, November 2024, right? It wasn't a gap, but it was a spike, probably dealing with some geopolitical tension over the weekend. Yep. Spike, boom, came down. And November 25th, I actually remember clear as day, that's when Rocket Lab broke out. So a lot of stocks that we thought, well, Rocket Lab looked good on the day. I wonder if my moderator in the chat right now. Ooh, yeah, that's a real nice move on Rocket Lab. That offering probably helped folks out to keep it a rack. So I don't want to get too hyped, but let me go back and stick to what I was saying about November. So if we pull up, I may have to pull up the weekly just to go back to November. All right, so cool. We were on the weekly already anyway. So here's November. November 24th, right here. So I will go back to the daily because we can't see exactly what I wanted to see. It's not even that far off anyway. So boom, all right? So remembering what I was saying about XLP, how we went up over that weekend and then boom. So let's go to Friday. Friday, here we go. Nope, that ain't it. Monday, November 24th, so this is around what I was talking about. So boom, Friday we're down here. Monday, November 24th, we get that cross. Oh no, we didn't get the cross. I gotta go to the 4 hours so you guys can see it. God dog it. Reset. Yo, Nut, if you in the chat, maybe not, I'm gonna have to go to Discord, but he already know he probably gonna be tight. I think he took profits on his calls and then had some runners overnight yesterday and got out break even yesterday, which is still good because now those same ones probably is gonna help him out. Anyway, so now we are looking for, I think it was the 4 hour when the reason why we called out Rocket Lab. Oh yeah, here we go. So boom. So there we go. Look, November 21st, we had this triple bottom around our golden zone around $38. You go look at a lot of my charts, you're gonna see this golden zone. This here is called the golden pocket, which we are way beneath that now in Rocket Lab. I mean, not beneath it now, my bad, we're over it now. But this is the golden zone. When we held it and we flirted around with that 21, this is where we called it out. However, and if I pull up Weeble really where we had a crossover on our moving averages, but I don't do Weeble on my YouTube. Weeble is for Discord only, because that's where I have a lot of my indicators. But anywho, we held, boom, bang, crossover to 21. There you go, $38, brought us back to there. So anywho, let's go see what the market is doing while this is looking good on the daily, and we'll go back to a 4 hour. No, we'll go back to the 30 minute. So we're on the 30 minute, boom, that looks good. SPY, still struggling at that 658. And at the 21 SMA. Q is gonna be struggling doing the same thing. And this is why we gotta be patient. Like, we had FOMC yesterday. It typically takes 1 to 2 days for investors, traders to digest the data, or whatnot. After that happens, then we kind of start to see our move. And right now, the move is showing us downside, just to be honest. As you can see, we continuing to fail to reclaim certain areas. This is on the hour time frame on the Qs. Oh, my bad. And then we go to the SPY. Hour time frame on the SPY. Oh, no, that's Microsoft. My bad. Hour time frame on the SPY. I'm like, hold on, man, that's crazy. You supposed to be falling like that. But if Microsoft is weak and all the names I showed you guys are weak, then this is what we're going to get. We go to the futures market. Boom. We are continuing to come down into this. So we continue to defend 6,600. But once we lose this 66, especially with volume, oh, I showed you guys already. It could get ugly. Here's that daily 200 on the, oh no, that's the futures. I showed you guys on the Qs and the SPY. So here's the daily 200 on the futures market. But on the 4 hour on the futures, we've been got our depth cross, and now we're just struggling. 66.25 below that is definitely slightly bearish, and then once we lose 6,600, it's over with. Not financial advice though. And then same thing with the Nasdaq. Nasdaq is inside our type of fair value gap. We held a number of times, 1, 2, and after we lost it here, another time here, 3, but we lose that 24. Actually, we lose 24 at 260. Then that's where we obviously got that 24K possibly, man. And that's just on the overall futures market. Go and look at some more of the, matter of fact, Palantir was slightly strong earlier, but it could be showing, okay, it ain't showing weakness, but it's just consolidating. We've been flirting with this 200 SMA on the 4 hour, 21 may be giving us a golden cross shortly. And on the daily on Palantir, we just consolidating. Like, so this is not bearish, because after we had the triple bottom basically around that golden zone once again. And by the way, and I need to see what the Discord is up to anyway. They ain't up to nothing, you know. Well, I can't say they ain't up to nothing. It's just oh, hold on, here we go. We're more, that's what I'm talking about, Ozzy. Nice work, my boy. Nice work, my boy. What we got? What we got done on the day? Boom. Realize. Oh, hold on. Nah, I think he did 2 plays, man. Yeah, I swear Ozzy already did. I swear he did an MU call. My boy went back and forth on. Yep, he sure did. Oh, he put at the round table. That's why I'm lost. So boom. Here we go. Shout out to my guy Ozzy, man. You know, one of the founders over there in the Discord community. But 385 bond, realized profit. Then he came back and doubled back with some puts. Man, that's what we do, man. We trade structure, not hype. We wait for that right setups, and we get up in that thing, man. Another realized profit, man. Shout out to Ozzy, you know. And while I'm over here, I'm gonna shout out to my moderator, my guy Nut. You know, started a new 1K account or whatnot. I think he say last week, and boom, 214%, 2 bands. I mean, it's not really about the dollar amount or the percentages. It's more so about just trading structure over hype, just to keep it a rack. But yeah, Palantir looking good. Now, the reason why I'm here is because, not stock alerts, swing trades. No, you know what? Palantir. Oh no, I ain't want it in there in the swing trades. Give it to me in just general, man. Let's see. Oh, it's gonna be in the. Oh no, yeah, Palantir. My bad. I'm trying to show y'all the doggone golden line with the chart, but oh, yeah, see that go Weeble. Like I say, we get intricate over there with the Weeble charts. Weeble charts, Weeble charts, Weeble charts. I don't think I use a Palantir trading view chart in a while. Matter of fact, we'll just go over here. All right, now I probably went too far. Yeah, I went too far. I went all the way back to Palantir was $70. My bad, folks. My bad. That ain't gonna work neither. Oh yeah, that may work August. Nah, that may still be. Oh, hold on. Here we go. Let's see what we got. Oh, no, that's our other golden zone. But as you can see here, the same levels, same charts. We don't change much of nothing. This 148.15 is probably still there. If that was it, I don't know. Yep, 148.15. So, again, that's it, man. That's all I kind of was getting at. I feel like I wasted y'all time with that. Let's get back to the market. So, we go to the 30-minute. we are rejecting right beneath the sniper fair value gap, and that's what we've been rejecting for a number of times. If you look at it, go to the hourly on Palantir, it is also basically the same thing. You know, we had our nice run up, and we continue to reject that area. And you guys just seen that these are the same levels and same areas that I had on that prior chart. Anywho, I'm probably gonna wrap this up shortly, cause I believe I gotta get out of here and make a run. Let's go to the 5 minute. So we still trying to hold, but at the same time, man, like the market may chop in this range. It's 12:30, majority of the day before it falls or before it pops, but I want to kind of lean with falling because buyers may not be here in the market today, especially if we got, USO continue to reject though that 122. So I can't necessarily fully go off of oil neither, but we gonna see, man. Because again, the overall market is still pulling back, but Nvidia do look good inside of this fair value gap. Google, they continue to lose at 306. So we'll see what goes down, man. But thank you guys for tapping in with the live stream, man. Much love. We out.